Welcome back to another superhero versus video. For the first time ever, we have two comic book characters going head to head. Doomsday from DC Comics versus Apocalypse from Marvel Comics. For this battle, we will be using the current canon versions of each character. We'll go over their powers, abilities, and top feats to help pick our winner. Now, let's dive in. Starting off with Doomsday. His power set consists of extreme strength, durability, a rapid healing factor, a naturally adaptive physiology, immunity to telepathy. He even revives after death, and cannot be killed the same way twice. Technically, that makes him both immortal and unbeatable long-term, but here's how this battle will work. If someone kills their opponent once, it's a victory. Okay, with that out of the way, let's move on to his top feats. Doomsday has survived a blast from Darkseid's Omega Beams. For the 1% of viewers not familiar with the attack, it is similar to heat vision, except it follows its targets anywhere. The Omega Beams are also much more deadly than any form of heat vision. They can even drop comic book Superman with ease. Speaking of Superman, Doomsday is one of the very few characters to ever kill the Man of Steel. He managed to do this with his strength alone, and that was even after a fight with the rest of the Justice League. If you look closely at Doomsday, you can see that every inch of him can be used as a weapon. Every bone spike is used to try and kill anyone in his way, and they're durable enough to stab through a Kryptonian. Let me step it up. The strength and durability of Doomsday is so high, he is able to do damage against Darkseid, making the new god bleed. The monster has even survived attacks from one of the Guardians of the Universe. Anyone watching who is familiar with DC Comics knows that this list of feats is nothing shy of extraordinary. On the official DC database, Doomsday is stated to have limitless strength. Kind of like the Hulk, who gets stronger when he's angry. Doomsday's strength and durability adapt to whatever they need to be to survive and kill, like a rapid evolution. All of that said, I don't want anyone to get the impression that he's unbeatable. This version of Doomsday has been killed by Radiant, who filled him with laser holes, Superman, who had one well-landed punch, and Waverider, who trapped him at the end of time. I could name a few more instances, but you get the idea. In summary, Doomsday is one of the most physically destructive characters in all of comics. So what about his opponent? Apocalypse from the Marvel 616 universe. His power set is a rather long list, so try and bear with me if you're familiar with it. Apocalypse has total molecular control over every atom of his body. This single ability allows him to change his size, shape-shifting, turning body parts into weapons, and control his rapid healing factor. He also possesses superhuman strength, comparable to the likes of a calm Hulk. He also has extreme durability on his own, not even counting his healing factor. A big reason for this is that his armor is made out of celestial technology. He is able to take attacks from Thor, the X-Men, Ikaris, who is a Superman analog, Loki's magic, and much more. Apocalypse also has the ability to manipulate energy, and he does this in a number of unique ways. He can shoot energy blasts out of his hands and eyes, like you may expect. But he can also concentrate energy around his body to either create a force field or to enhance the potency of his strikes. Apocalypse has the additional powers of telekinesis, telepathy, technopathy, immortality, and teleportation. When Thor was only a young man, he fought Apocalypse and was absolutely thrashed. Thor did not have his magic hammer, nor was he the battle-hardened warrior you know today. But he was still the mighty son of Odin, and Apocalypse ragdolled him. He's also faced off against Cable on several occasions, and those tend to go either way depending on the plot. Another major feat for him was fending off Jean Grey's telepathy the first time he encountered her, which shows his mind is just as tough as the rest of him. The official Marvel database ranks the strength of Apocalypse as a 6, which means he can lift around 75 tons. It ranks his durability at a 7, meaning nearly indestructible. And the reason for this is the combination of his natural mutant abilities mixed with the celestial armor he wears. Now, just like I did with Doomsday, I don't want you thinking Apocalypse is unbeatable, so let me give you some short examples of times he's been beaten in the comics. Cable, like I mentioned before, has defeated Apocalypse several times, often by using a techno-organic virus. Remember how I told you about Apocalypse thrashing young Thor? Well, Thor came back for round 2 and chopped him to bits. Now just to recap, Apocalypse is an absolute menace with a great tactical mind and just about every power you can think of. So now comes the big question. Which one of these immensely powerful comic characters would come out on top? Before that, I'd like to thank my subscriber Speed Slasher for suggesting this fight. If anyone else has a good battle, drop it in the comments for me. Back to the video. After looking at these characters closely, I can see why it's such a great fight. Both are characters centered around constantly evolving and survival of the fittest. Both are capable of soloing entire superhero teams and oftentimes come out on top. What you should ask yourself is this: is Apocalypse powerful enough to put down Doomsday, and vice versa? And after looking through every bit of information I can, I have to think Doomsday would win. Just to clarify, I find Apocalypse to be a much more interesting character, so this isn't favoritism. Here is my reasoning. Doomsday seems to have a higher durability, and he definitely has the strength advantage. I understand that Apocalypse has so many different abilities that he can use. I just don't think he has enough power to come out victorious in this one. Doomsday wins. I hope you enjoyed watching this as I did creating it. I really appreciate your views and comments. Thanks for watching.